Have you ever thought about how much longer you'll live? It's a question that comes up as we get older, and it's something we don't always like to think about. But here's the thing, most of us want to live longer, not just in terms of years, but in terms of quality. We want to stay healthy, vibrant, and active for as long as possible. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Now, you may have heard that after the age of 75, the majority of deaths are due to a small number of causes. In fact, studies show that nearly 99% of deaths after 75 are caused by just 5 main factors. The good news is, most of these causes are preventable. If you make a few simple changes to your habits, you can greatly reduce your chances of falling victim to them. In this video, we're going to go over these 5 factors and share practical ways you can avoid them. By the end, you'll have a better understanding of how to live a longer, healthier life. So let's dive in. Let's start with the first cause: heart disease. This one is at the top of the list for a reason. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in older adults, and it's responsible for a significant percentage of deaths over the age of 75. But here's the good news: most heart disease is preventable. In fact, studies have shown that up to 80% of heart disease risk factors are within your control. So what can you do to lower your risk? The first thing is to pay attention to your diet. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats is essential for heart health. Foods like leafy greens, berries, nuts, and fish like salmon are packed with nutrients that support heart function. Reducing your intake of processed foods, salt, and sugar can also make a huge difference. Next, don't forget about exercise. It's easy to think that physical activity is something only young people need to worry about, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Regular exercise is one of the best things you can do for your heart, no matter your age. Even a daily walk can help improve circulation, reduce blood pressure, and strengthen your heart. Another important factor is managing stress. Chronic stress has a direct impact on your heart health, so finding ways to relax and de-stress is vital. Whether it's meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply taking time each day to unwind, reducing stress can go a long way in protecting your heart. Now, the second major cause of death after 75 is cancer. Just like heart disease, cancer is something that we can't completely avoid, but there are certainly steps we can take to reduce our risk. One of the most important is to avoid smoking and limit alcohol consumption. Smoking is a leading cause of several types of cancer, and excessive alcohol can increase your risk for liver, breast, and colon cancer. Another key factor is staying active. A sedentary lifestyle has been linked to an increased risk of developing cancer, so make sure to keep moving. Regular exercise can help maintain a healthy weight, improve immune function, and reduce inflammation, 3 things that can help protect against cancer. And don't forget about diet. Certain foods have been shown to have cancer-fighting properties. For example, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, as well as tomatoes, garlic, and green tea, have all been linked to a lower risk of certain types of cancer. By incorporating these into your diet, you're not only boosting your immune system, but also lowering your cancer risk. As we talk about these health risks, it's important to remember that taking small, consistent steps toward a healthier lifestyle can make a big difference. There's no need for drastic changes, just simple shifts that can improve your quality of life and extend your years. Now that we've talked about heart disease and cancer, let's move on to the next major cause of death in older adults: respiratory diseases. Conditions like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, pneumonia, and other lung diseases are common in older adults and can be very serious. But again, many of these conditions are preventable or manageable if you make the right choices. One of the best things you can do for your lungs is to quit smoking. If you've been a smoker in the past, quitting even later in life can have a significant impact on your lung health. Even if you've been smoking for decades, your lungs will begin to heal once you stop. Another way to protect your lungs is to stay active. Exercise helps improve lung capacity and keeps your respiratory system working at its best. Activities like walking, swimming, or even yoga can be great ways to keep your lungs strong and healthy. Finally, it's important to avoid exposure to pollutants. If you live in an area with poor air quality, try to stay indoors on days when pollution levels are high. And if you have a lung condition, work with your doctor to manage it effectively. We've already covered some important habits to help avoid heart disease, cancer, and respiratory diseases. Now that we've touched on these first three, we'll move on to the next key health risks in the next part. Stay with me because we're just getting started. Now that we've covered heart disease, cancer, and respiratory diseases, let's dive into the next big health risk for those over 75: stroke. A stroke happens when blood flow to part of the brain is interrupted, which can cause serious damage and even lead to death. Like the other conditions we've discussed, stroke is something that can be prevented, and the actions you take today can have a big impact on your future health. One of the most effective ways to prevent a stroke is to manage your blood pressure. High blood pressure is a major risk factor for stroke, so keeping it within a healthy range is crucial. If you haven't already, it's important to get your blood pressure checked regularly, especially after 75. If it's high, your doctor can help guide you on ways to manage it, whether through medication or lifestyle changes like diet and exercise. Speaking of diet, reducing your intake of foods high in sodium can help keep your blood pressure under control. Salt causes your body to retain water, which increases the pressure in your blood vessels. So cutting back on processed foods, which are often high in salt, can be a simple but powerful step to reduce your stroke risk. Another way to lower your stroke risk is by maintaining a healthy weight. Obesity is linked to a higher chance of having a stroke, so it's important to find ways to stay at a healthy weight. This can be achieved through a balanced diet and regular physical activity. If you're unsure where to start, even just a daily walk can help you shed excess weight and improve your overall health. A great addition to your lifestyle for reducing the risk of stroke is to add foods that promote brain health. Foods rich in antioxidants like berries, leafy greens, and nuts have been shown to help protect the brain and improve cognitive function. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish like salmon are also excellent for brain health, helping to keep your blood vessels flexible and preventing blockages that could lead to a stroke. Now let's talk about the next cause of death that becomes more common as we age: diabetes. Diabetes, particularly type 2 diabetes, is a condition that affects millions of people, and it's more common in older adults. But what you might not realize is that it's often preventable, and even if you've already been diagnosed, it can be managed effectively with lifestyle changes. The key to preventing or managing diabetes is controlling your blood sugar levels. This starts with a healthy diet that's low in processed sugars and refined carbohydrates. Foods that are high in fiber, such as whole grains, vegetables, and legumes, help to regulate blood sugar and keep your levels steady throughout the day. Exercise is another important factor in managing diabetes. When you're physically active, your body becomes more efficient at using insulin, which helps keep your blood sugar levels stable. Regular activity like walking, swimming, or even gardening can make a world of difference in your ability to manage or even avoid diabetes. Maintaining a healthy weight is also crucial for diabetes prevention. If you're carrying extra weight, especially around your belly, it can increase your body's resistance to insulin. Losing even a small amount of weight can have a positive impact on your blood sugar levels and overall health. Managing stress is important for those with diabetes too. Chronic stress can cause blood sugar levels to rise, so finding ways to relax and reduce stress, such as through meditation, deep breathing, or spending time in nature, can help you keep your diabetes under control. And don't forget about regular checkups. If you're at risk for diabetes, it's important to get regular blood tests to monitor your blood sugar levels. Early detection can help you catch the condition before it becomes a bigger problem. Now we've already covered 4 major causes of death in older adults: heart disease, cancer, stroke, and diabetes. As we approach the last major health risk, we need to talk about one more factor that can seriously impact your quality of life as you get older: falls. Falls are incredibly common in older adults, and they can lead to serious injuries or even death. The good news is that many falls are preventable, and by making a few simple adjustments to your daily routine and environment, you can significantly reduce your risk. One of the best things you can do to prevent falls is to stay active. Balance and strength exercises like Tai Chi or yoga can help improve your coordination and prevent falls. Walking is also a great way to maintain your strength and mobility, so try to stay on your feet as much as possible. In addition to exercise, make sure your home is fall-proof. Clear any clutter from your walkways, install grab bars in your bathroom, and ensure that your floors are non-slip. You might even consider wearing shoes that provide good support and have non-slip soles, even inside the house. Another key factor in preventing falls is having your vision checked regularly. Poor eyesight is a major risk factor for falls, so it's important to see an eye doctor for regular exams and to update your prescription if needed. Make sure that your home is well lit, especially in hallways and stairways, to avoid tripping over obstacles you might not see. Now that we've gone over stroke, diabetes, and falls, we've covered most of the top causes of death after 75. But as you can see, there's a common theme here. Many of these conditions are preventable, and small changes to your lifestyle can make a huge difference in your long-term health. In the next part, we'll wrap up our discussion by focusing on the final cause of death and what you can do to protect yourself. Stay tuned, and we'll continue to explore how to live a longer, healthier life. We've already covered some major causes of death that affect people over 75: heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, and falls. All of these conditions have one thing in common: they're largely preventable or manageable with the right lifestyle changes. In this final part, we're going to dive into the last key factor that contributes to health risks in older adults: mental health, and how maintaining a sharp mind is just as important as taking care of your body. Mental health issues such as dementia and depression are not only incredibly common in older adults, but they can also have a profound effect on overall health. What you might not realize, however, is that mental health is directly tied to physical health. People with poor mental health tend to experience worse physical health outcomes, including a higher risk for chronic diseases, disability, and even early death. Let's start with dementia. It's a condition that many of us fear as we age, and understandably so. It affects memory, thinking, and the ability to carry out daily activities, which can be devastating for both the individual and their family. While there's no guaranteed way to prevent dementia, research has shown that there are certain lifestyle habits that can help reduce your risk. One of the most effective ways to protect your brain is to keep it active. Just like your muscles, your brain needs exercise to stay sharp. Engage in activities that challenge your mind, such as puzzles, reading, learning a new skill, or even picking up a new hobby. The key is to keep your brain engaged, as this helps build cognitive reserves that can delay the onset of dementia. Another important factor in brain health is staying socially active. Isolation is a significant risk factor for mental decline, so make an effort to stay connected with friends, family, and community. Even simple social activities like having a coffee with a friend, joining a book club, or volunteering can stimulate your brain and boost your mood. The more you interact with others, the better your mental health will be, and the more you'll protect yourself from cognitive decline. Physical exercise plays a big role in mental health as well. Regular physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, promotes the growth of new brain cells, and can help improve memory and overall cognitive function. You don't need to run marathons to get these benefits. Simple activities like walking, swimming, or even gardening can make a huge difference in both your physical and mental health. Additionally, diet plays an important role in brain health. A diet rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamins can help protect your brain from damage and promote cognitive function. For example, foods like leafy greens, berries, fatty fish, and nuts are all known to support brain health. It's also important to avoid excessive sugar and processed foods, as they can negatively affect both your brain and body. Now, we can't talk about mental health without addressing depression. Many people, especially as they age, experience feelings of sadness or loneliness, and in some cases, these feelings can develop into depression. It's important to recognize the signs of depression early and seek help. Whether it's talking to a doctor, joining a support group, or seeking therapy, there are numerous resources available to help you manage depression. One of the best ways to combat depression is to stay active, both physically and mentally. Regular exercise releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters, and staying connected with others through social activities can provide a sense of purpose and support. Additionally, keeping a routine can help provide structure and prevent feelings of aimlessness. But mental health isn't just about managing depression or cognitive decline, it's about nurturing a positive mindset. Positive thinking has been linked to better health outcomes, including a lower risk of chronic diseases and a longer lifespan. This doesn't mean you need to force yourself to be happy all the time, but cultivating an optimistic outlook on life can have a profound effect on your overall health. One way to develop a positive mindset is through gratitude. Taking a few minutes each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for can shift your focus away from negativity and help you appreciate the present moment. This practice has been shown to reduce stress, improve mood, and even boost the immune system. Whether it's writing in a gratitude journal or simply taking time to mentally note what you're thankful for, it's a simple yet powerful tool to support your mental health. Another important mental health practice is mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness or meditation, you can reduce stress, improve your focus, and increase your overall sense of well-being. Even just a few minutes a day of quiet reflection or deep breathing exercises can help lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and improve mental clarity. It's a small but highly effective habit that can have a big impact on both your mind and body. As we wrap up this conversation, it's important to remember that health is about balance. It's not just about eating the right foods, exercising regularly, or taking care of your mental well-being. It's about creating a lifestyle that integrates all these factors. By making small changes each day, you're investing in a future where you can live not only longer but better. You don't need to make huge drastic changes to your life to see results. The key is consistency. Simple habits, like walking every day, eating more fruits and vegetables, staying mentally active, and practicing mindfulness, can add up over time and make a huge difference in your health. So as you move forward, remember that you have the power to take control of your health at any age. By prioritizing your heart, mind, and body, you can live a long, fulfilling life, one where you feel good, stay sharp, and enjoy each day to its fullest. Thank you for watching. I hope you found these tips helpful and inspiring. If you have any thoughts or experiences you'd like to share, please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Here's to living your best life, at any age.